My girlfriend Francesca and we'd been together for a couple of years. We both smoke cannabis, though I limit myself to fortnightly sessions due to tolerance build-up from my teenage years. Francesca, on the other hand, has a penchant for drinking, which she does every weekend. We attended my cousin's wedding not too long ago. Now, I'm not much of a drinker, but Francesca convinced me to swap my usual joint for a few rounds of drinks at the reception. I got more drunk than I've ever been, and I stumbled upon Francesca doing cocaine with Shawn, my other cousin. Shawn and I aren't close. He sees me as a weirdo who gets high all the time, while I see him as an arrogant, spoiled bully. It felt like a slap in the face to find them together like that, even more so when Francesca brushed it off as her just having a good time. Despite our argument, we ended up in bed together. The next morning, I woke up to find her gone. My heart sank, but I tried not to jump to conclusions. Down at the reception, I overheard some of Shawn's friends joking about how Shawn was shagging his cousin's girlfriend. I confronted them, demanded to know which room they were in, and insisted one of them come with me. The sound of sex was audible before we even reached the room. I told Shawn's friend to knock and get Shawn out without telling him why. After repeated shouting and knocking, Shawn opened the door to see me. He backed away. I followed him into the room. Francesca, my Francesca, was in bed, looking shocked and asking what is it. Shawn stayed silent. I could only stand there as she became hysterical, claiming it's not what it looks like. But it was exactly what it looked like. I left without saying a word. Francesca has been incessantly trying to reach me. Calls, texts, even showing up at my apartment. She's desperate to explain, to justify what happened. But honestly, I've been too numb and too hurt to listen. Shawn? Well, he's been disturbingly silent towards me. However, he's been more than vocal about the situation with the rest of our cousins. He's been boasting about what happened that night. I only got wind of this when an uncle reprimanded him for his behavior. To say I'm disgusted would be an understatement. And the reaction from my other cousins? Well, it's been far from supportive. Many are content to laugh at my expense, and it feels like an additional betrayal. They've started referring to me as Cuckold, which is not only immature but also incredibly hurtful. I've decided I don't need that kind of negativity in my life right now. As for Francesca, we still haven't spoken. I'm not sure I'm ready to hear her side of things yet, but I know I will need to at some point. I need that closure to move forward. Right now, my focus is on myself. I'm trying to regain a sense of normalcy, taking one day at a time. I'm reconnecting with old hobbies, trying to find joy in the little things again. My cousin Lucille called me to apologize. She seemed genuinely remorseful, which was a change. She also informed me about a new lie Shawn's been spreading, that Francesca and I had an open relationship and her sleeping with other men was part of our kink. According to him, I was just annoyed that he got involved. I can't say I'm surprised by Shawn's behavior, but it's still disheartening. However, it's a clear reminder of why I've chosen to distance myself from that part of the family. Since then, I've made arrangements to attend therapy regularly. It's a lifeline and should help me navigate this mess. I'm still not speaking with my other cousins. Their lack of empathy and respect has left a sour taste, and I'm not sure that will ever change. However, I did speak with Rona, Francesca's sister. She came over to pick up her stuff and what she revealed shocked and disgusted me. Francesca has a history of infidelity, often with men who are drug dealers, to settle her debts. I was so sickened by this information that I physically threw up. How the hell did I not notice any of the signs? I immediately called my doctor to get tested for STDs. These days waiting for the results are some of the most stressful I've experienced. To say I'm devastated would be an understatement. I'm back at square one, reeling from the hurt and the humiliation. But I'm going to continue with my therapy and try to learn from this painful experience. Just a quick little update to say I got my results back from the STD test. I'm clean. I swear this is a massive weight lifted off my shoulders. Finally, I gathered the strength to speak to Francesca. I wanted to understand why she hadn't just told me about her cocaine use. I would have helped her, I would have gotten her off it and possibly into rehab. But her response was a punch to the gut. She admitted that she would have cheated regardless. She claimed our sex life was lacking, that it was far from exciting, barely even vanilla. She confessed that she'd been faking it the entire time to avoid hurting me. Now, she felt no need to hold back. Francesca even echoed my cousins, calling me a cuckold and cruelly predicting that my next girlfriend will cheat on me too. The truth bomb Francesca dropped on me left me in a pretty dark place. The only person I've had the energy to speak to in the last few days is my therapist, who has been a constant rock for me in this storm. In an attempt to make some positive changes, I've given up cannabis and started hitting the gym. It's been a good distraction, a way to vent my frustrations. I've yet to see some improvements physically, but that'll happen eventually over time. However, I have noticed women at the gym checking me out, which has been a small boost to my self-esteem. I also had an unexpected encounter with Max, the son of one of my older cousins. He shared that since the wedding, the kids in the family have been giving their parents hell, calling them out on their disgusting behavior. I guess all that free weed I used to share with them made an impression. It was a small consolation, but it gave me a moment of satisfaction. Despite all the challenges, I'm still standing. I'm hurt, I'm healing, and I'm working on building a better version of myself. Then I ran into Shawn at our local store. Maybe it was all the pent-up anger or the last vestiges of my heartbreak, but seeing him there, so smug and unbothered, immediately set me off. And when he started taunting me, I just snapped. I did something I never thought I'd do. I attacked Shawn. It was a flurry of punches, rage, and adrenaline. I broke his nose and knocked out one of his teeth. I've never been a violent person, but in that moment, it felt like every punch was for every lie, every betrayal, and every heartache. His friends were there too, but they didn't lift a finger to help him. Instead, they watched the entire incident unfold. And when it was over, instead of jumping to Shawn's aid, they put up their hands and shook their heads as if to say we're not with him. I'm worried about potential legal repercussions. Aggravated assault and grievous bodily harm are serious charges. However, I haven't been arrested, and the police haven't been in contact. In fact, no one's reached out to me about it. Still, I'm keeping a low profile. Trying to process what happened and how I could lose control like that. I'm continuing my therapy and my workouts, trying to channel my anger and hurt in more productive ways. I'm not proud of what I did to Shawn, but I can't change what happened. I can only work on myself to ensure it doesn't happen again.